Hello people, once again welcome to my channel. I want to make a video about history of cultures. What do I mean by cultures is it has different natures. It's got amazing complete natures. When you look outside the box you see a bright light, and obviously like that is history of maybe your experiences or your be a bad guys. And yeah, to be continued. What I was saying, guys, what I was saying is that, yeah, we're going to talk about history about cultures. If you know what I'm saying by that, that is like talking about different clothing. There's historic facts that used to be old fashioned clothes. You think that it's very weird because you may think that's interesting. But yes, got a lot of details to put on this. But before we can get started, just make sure to like the video, leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe, and just do whatever you need to do. Just do it. But yeah, guys, it's a funny thing, talking about history of cultures. That's like they're talking about they had different experiences. They had old memories, but just the perception, how they started, how they began, and how they overcome the outlook. Because since that was in the past and now we're in the future, that's why let's get dive into that. But yeah, so number one, you used to have old fashioned clothes. Remember one time they never used to wear jeans, they were used to wear warm jackets, they just wear uh, a smart hat, um, old, old, olden suits, maybe smart suits. Um, I think they used to be like just suits. It's like a wedding suit. That gives you an example right there. But you might think about it. You think, what is these opinions? What the cultures is? It comes from how your memories has got relapsed, how it releases the energy of going back in time and see how things look different as it was before, because it's all changed. Um, like because they just have moustaches, they all had beards, and they I remember there used to be um, they never had baths, they never had showers. They just had to use water outside by the rain. That's a culture right there. I don't know what culture is, but I'm just making it up. I love to make things up so I can learn, so I can practice. But that gives you a great example, a great detail. What I really know that the facts just comes from all of my origin storyline. It's always it's based on storytelling, because I really want to think about what's the story of history and how you could describe it. That's like you're saying, yeah, these clothes changed over time. Uh, they never used to have clothing shops. Yeah, you always had to um, get clothes from the the um, the factories. They've been making it from the factory. You had to get clothes from the factory. They never had to. They never used to have toilets. Like I do remember that I did read the history story, um, knowing about the knowledge of the definition. Well, definition is something to do with how our cultures changed over time. That's culture right there. Um, it's like it comes from our likelihood or livelihood, which is why we describe how our lives used to compare to look different, but it never looked like the same. But it did used to look different before, but it looked completely unknown. It's makes you think that you don't have the picture of what's the idea that you can't get into it. But that's just a realistic thought. These thoughts are just realistic. But you may think that it's just the cultures. Well, sometimes the cultures, it has something to do that never used to have TVs. They never used to have cooking gases. Never used to have gas. They never used electricity. That's cultures right there. Um, that's what cultures is. It's like, if you think about history, cultures, that's like they're saying, yeah, they never used to have any energy for the house. They only had to get they always had to put fire, or not fire, candles, fire candles. They had to put candles in the houses. That is back in the 19th or 18th century, I believe. Um, that's why they never used to have electricity. They had fire candles. They had to put fire on the candles to make sure they can see in the dark. When it gets dark, it can make sure it should be easy for them to see the light. That's like they might not be able to sleep that day, and they might have difficulty sleeping back in the day. But we used to have insomnia because of the lack of electricity they used to have, and because they never used to have telephones, they never used to have similar things we have now. Like they did do some activities in the day. They had different cultures of football. They had different cultures of the house. They had different cultures of how they describe the the, the futuristic. What's the ideas? That gives you a really good idea of then. And for me, what I'm saying directly to the camera. For example, they never used to have cameras because they did make art. It's already made by art. If you think of that, it's made by art. Just for example, in Kevin Beef, it looked black and white, and it became more colourful because the pictures, because the technology had changed. It's true to the technology timeline, and that is linked to the history of the past. So here you have it. But that's for today's video. What do you think, guys? Do you think this video is interesting, or do you think this video is not good enough? If you want me, it's just let me know if you want to make me. If it's just let me know if you want me to make another videos, and I can, and I will do it. I will upload it, and I will get to schedule the release it. In case you don't realize, I won't forget, and I will try to remember. I got that right, but I'll try. It depends what triggers my upload anxieties. But yeah, it's simple. But okay, guys, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. What's your thoughts? Just share it in the description or the comments. Who cares? Just share it in the comments. Not the description box. That's what I write in the description. What was I thinking? I'm just not in the right state at the moment, but I'm getting on with it. It's getting easy, but it does take time. Alright, guys, I think that's almost 1 minute over now. Thanks for watching. I'm going to have to clear the storage just because I need to fix my phone because it's wasting files, which I've got too much files, too much pictures, too much uploads, so that needs to all get deleted and get transferred to the recycle deletion, just so I can space out the technology. So it's not going to create technical issues. So whatever I say for that. Alright, guys, I think that's it. And remember to be winners, and hope you have a nice day, and just stay dedicated.